Welcome. My name is Dr. Sandra Thibault. I am a clinical psychologist and I have been working with clients helping them learn to reduce their stress for 30 years. Today's question on Ask Dr. Sandra is, how can I control my racing thoughts? I don't think there is a single person on this planet who at one point in their life has not had racing thoughts. There are a lot of different reasons for that. Maybe you have a lot of things going on in your life and you're having to juggle everything by yourself. And so your mind is making sure that it goes over and over and over everything that you need to get done so that you don't forget any of it. If that's the case, then I would suggest writing some of this stuff down, because if your mind is racing because in the back of your mind it doesn't want you to forget anything, you're juggling so many balls in the air that it's afraid you're going to drop one of the balls, and so your mind has to constantly be on everything that you need to do, you need to write it down. There are certain ways that you need to create support for yourself, and writing it down so that you can take it off of your mind, take the worry of forgetting off of your mind, that's what you're going to need to do. So I would suggest, if you're having racing thoughts because of that, definitely writing it down. Maybe writing down doesn't work for you. Put in audio on your phone and use that as an additional memory bank for you. That could work as well. Another reason that people have racing thoughts is because they are anxious about something. There's something big going on in their lives and they can't stop thinking about it. It keeps them up at night. Again, you're going to have to figure out a way to get yourself some support. That could be from a friend, that could be from a professional. If your mind is racing because of anxiety, you have too much on your plate. Again, same like the other person who's just juggling so many things that their minds are trying to keep everything in. If you're worried about one particular thing and your mind is racing because of that, getting some support over that can help as well. If you're not able to get any kind of support, or you have a different reason for why your mind is just racing, you might want to also think about meditation. Now, I know that sounds like, well, how am I supposed to clear my mind if my mind is racing? Meditation actually isn't about clearing your mind. It's about separating from your mind. Sound crazy, huh? Okay, so here's how you separate from your mind. You find a nice quiet place to sit where you're not going to be disturbed, and you don't fight your thoughts. Sometimes the more we try and clear our mind, the more our mind races. Meditation is about being at peace. It also means being at peace with your thoughts. So find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, and you choose the time period. It doesn't have to be an hour. If you only have 5 minutes, then do it for 5 minutes. If you've got 20 minutes, that's great. Sit, close your eyes, and watch your thoughts as if you were sitting in the back of a movie theater and watching them go across the screen. When you are watching the credits roll up at the end of a movie, you're not emotionally involved in it. I mean, unless you were involved in making the movie, you might be involved in it. But when you're in the movie theater, you are not emotionally involved in what's happening to the characters. You're going to have that same sense when you are watching your thoughts. Take a position of being the observer and just watch your mind. Watch what your mind is doing. Watch how it goes from one thought to the next. Does it keep circling back to the same thought? Does it create new thoughts? What's your mind doing? This is what meditation is about. Just watching your mind. The more you do that, it's crazy and interesting at the same time. But the more you watch your thoughts, the more they kind of slow down. Because they can't pull you into their emotional energy anymore. They're not feeding off of you. Now you're just the one who's just watching your thoughts, like you're watching a bunch of monkeys at the zoo. They don't call it the monkey mind for no reason. Our minds just go all over the place like little crazy monkeys. And we go along with it, which is why the racing thoughts are so disturbing, because we go along with the racing thoughts. But what if you didn't go along with the racing thoughts? What would that feel like? It would feel like peace. That's the point of meditation. And people who practice this over time find that they start to see the space between the thoughts. Little teeny moments where there are no thoughts. Nobody clears their mind of thoughts for a long time. Nobody does, unless you're in a coma. And I think even people in comas might have thoughts as well. I don't know. Clearing your mind is not the point of meditation. It will help with calming down the racing thoughts. Try it. Let me know how it works. I have a lot of other videos on helping introduce the idea of meditation and making it a very smooth, non-frustrating process. If you got a little something out of today, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you got something out of today. And if you subscribe, that lets me know that you're waiting for another video and more information, so I better get on it. That's how you give me feedback, by hitting the thumbs up and by clicking on subscribe. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you on the next Ask Dr. Sandra.